Hello everyone. Moving abroad isn't just a decision, it is a leap of faith which you take for something which is unknown. For me, obviously, it was because I got married, but before that, also, before saying a yes for getting married, there was a lot of thoughts which went into it. Am I ready to settle into a new country? More like chasing new opportunities, coming out of the comfort zone, out of your regular routine, and let's see what's there in the world for me. But it was a huge, huge decision. Exploring a life in a completely new country is not an easy decision to make. But this is just not my story. This is a story of everyone who moves abroad. And today I'm going to share 10 reasons why I felt I should move abroad. I narrowed down to 10 reasons, but and I feel there would be a lot of people who would relate to my video today because there might be some reasons which they must have considered before making this bold choice of leaving their own country and moving abroad. Let's get into it and see if these reasons are maybe what you thought of, or it might inspire you to move to another country for whatever the aspects may be. Hi, my name is Diksha, and I moved to New Zealand around 18 months ago. And I share my journey on this channel, the struggles I faced, the opportunities I got, my cultural differences, shocks, etc. So, if you think this would interest you, so please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And without wasting much of your time, let's get started. My first and the most important reason why I moved abroad was personal growth and independence. I'm pretty sure there must be so many people out there who could relate to this because personal growth and independence is something which everyone look out when they move out of their country to another country, settle abroad. When I talk about personal growth, I mean in our own country or in the place where we are born and brought up, we are very much known to everything over there. And plus we have people who will support us, like we'll have our friends, we'll have our family, we'll have our extended family, cousins, etc., etc. But when you move, you have to figure out everything from the scratch, do everything on your own. People who move on a dependent visa like me, it's a bit easy because my husband was already over here. He was settled, and not kind of settled, but he studied over here, so he knew a lot of things. So it was not very difficult for me to figure out things, but there were certain things which I wanted to do on my own because I wanted to challenge myself. So obviously, if you are moving to another country, say on a resident visa or a student visa, there is a lot of things which you will have to figure out on your own, and that is personal growth. I mean, that will teach you a lot of things. That is like a lesson you will learn on every step you move ahead. You will have to learn to handle things on your own. For example, from setting up a bank account to to finding a house, finding your flatmates, getting stuffs for the house, and everything else. Trust me, when you have to navigate things on your own, it will bring out the best in you. You will have so much confidence. You will learn a lot of problem solving skills. I mean, I don't know what all, but trust me, when you navigate through all these challenges, it will make you altogether a different person. My second reason was better career opportunities, and that is one of the reason my husband moved as well. It's not like you don't have good career opportunities in India. You definitely have that over there. It's in fact most growing country, I would say. But still, the opportunities what you will find in your own country and in a developed country, it's a bit different. At least which I found over here was a bit different for me. I was very lucky to get a job in the same background, in the same company as well. But the role which I was doing over there back in India and the role which I'm doing over here is a vast difference. I've seen myself growing career wise as well, even though I had to take a step or two down, but still, every day is a new learning for me, I could say. Third, expanding network. I mean, this may or may not be a reason of me moving to another country or me moving to New Zealand, but I have always thought about it, and a lot of my friends would vouch for it because I I'm a person who likes to meet new people. So meeting new people, connecting with new people, learning new things. At my workplace, we have a lot of people who are from different countries. Actually, my friend who is obviously from New Zealand, but then I have certain other people who have come from South Africa. Then I have someone from Ireland. When you meet people from different parts of the world, you learn a lot. So when you go out for a coffee break or just get to know them, you would learn a lot about their culture, a lot about the thoughts of people coming from across the world. It would baffle you so much when you see the difference of thoughts between people from two countries. For me, these connections would lead to job, for some people partnership, lifelong friendships as well. So yes, that can be considered as one of the reasons why you can move abroad. Trust me when I'm going to tell you this fourth reason of why I moved abroad. Many people didn't agree to it when I told this to my friend. I still remember this conversation I had with her when I told her that I'm saying yes to a marriage and I'm agreeing to moving to another part of the world, and this is one of my reasons. She was taken aback a bit, but like, why? I mean, that point was broader perspective of life. She thought that you can have a broader perspective on your life even when you're staying in your home country, which I would totally agree to. But my point is, when you move to another country, you learn new experience, new culture, new value. Your lifestyle literally changes. I've made a short on it. You can go and check out. Your standard of living completely changes, and you start to see yourself and even your home country in such a different way. I'll tell you, I started appreciating so many things which I get back in India, and I crave for it over here. So, and that is a shift in mindset. But honestly, if I say, this has been one of the most valuable lesson I've learned in this journey so far. I don't know which number of reason this is, but the next one is communication skill, improved communication skill. So obviously, if you're fluent in that language, you will adapt to the tone of the language. Also, even if you have the same language, so for example, even if it's English in the same country you're moving, you will still learn a lot of things. So for example, the way people use that language, their slangs, their cultural references, even how polite or direct they tend to be. You will have to adapt into their communication style to fit into their social gatherings and understand what they're trying to say. And I don't think you have to put a lot of effort in it. If you're just a good listener, you will catch up on things very quickly. If you're fluent in English, it's not going to take a lot of time. Or even if you're not fluent with English, if it's just like in India, English is not our first language, so we have different languages. But even if you know how to talk normally in English, you will adapt to it quickly. And if you do not know, then it's a very good learning. And if, for example, if that country has a different language, so if you just say you're moving to Germany. I remember my cousin, he had to move to Germany, and he gave like few exams like level 1, level 2, A1, B1, something. He was learning German, and that was a good thing, because in a way you're learning a new language, in a way you're putting yourself out. Ability to change or ability to adapt to change, I would say this would be my next reason. Not that I had this in my mind when I moved to abroad, but now I feel that this can be one of the reasons for anyone who is moving abroad, that you would go through a lot of change. And I would also tell you that you have to be mentally prepared for it, one, because change is so constant over here. You cannot just settle into one thing and that can be a routine. At least for the first few months, there will be a lot of changes which will keep happening in your life, and you have to adapt to it. So if you are mentally prepared for it, I would say yes. If not, get yourself mentally prepared and only then move to another country, because you will have to be more flexible and better equipped to handle such transitions which would come in your day-to-day life. Also, I would say that will be only for a certain time. Then once you have a job, once you have your life set, your routine will be in place. But initially there would be a lot of changes which would happen once you move abroad. So uh, that kind of made me flexible, kind of made me resilient. So that was a good thing which happened actually after moving abroad. This one, and might be one of the most important one, is stronger sense of identity. I would not say that I would not say that I don't know who I was before moving to another country or before moving to New Zealand. I was aware of what kind of a person I am, like my habits, my traits, how I react, etc. But after moving to abroad, I had a lot of time to reflect on certain things, and now I could say that I can strongly relate to myself, and because I've also seen myself growing through and facing certain difficulties back to back. I know what is my potential, and मैं कितने दूर तक जा सकती हूँ, kitna problems I can face. Like, I know my limit now. So maybe never pushed myself that much. You are always in a bubble when you are with your family, with your friends, with the people there are a lot of people around you who would never let you fall, who would always be there to pull you up from wherever you are. But when you move to another country, you're only dependent on the person who you are with. So for example, I know I'm only dependent on my husband, and of course I know he'll pick me up from wherever I am. Or but you also have that thing that you will have to you will also get that thing by default. It will come in your nature that you have to figure out things, and you can see how far you will push yourself to finding that thing. So it gave me a strong identity of who I am. I got to know myself way more than what I knew I was. Abhi, the next point is like for everyone, the first thought which comes to everyone's mind when they think of moving abroad is new adventures and experience. This was actually my first thought when I thought of like saying yes to the marriage. When I said or thought of getting married to my husband, I was like, oh, I'm going to move to a new country. This is going to be a new experience, new adventure. I'm going to see so many places, try so many good food. And I like food. I live for food. So yes, trying new food, going to new places. And I knew New Zealand is a place where you can, there's a lot of adventure activities, kind of adventurous place. So I was very excited for it, but the adventure is next level. That is another thing. But yeah, apart from that, yes, that was one of my main reason. And I'm pretty sure जितने भी लोग सोचते हैं कि उनको कोई दूसरे कंट्री में जाना है, किधर और मूव होना है, पहला रीज़न तो यही होगा कि भाई हम नया जगह जाएंगे, नया चीज़ एक्सप्लोर करेंगे, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. सो येस, financial growth, like this was one of the reason. I think this is the reason why most of the people leave their country and move to another place. I mean, some people move to a lower cost country to save money. Some people move to a higher income countries to earn more money. In either way, it could lead to financial benefit. And who doesn't want money? Everyone wants money, and that is one of the reason. Money is one of the main factor. Everyone moves to another country, and so did I. I mean, of course, if you are getting a better job over here, if you're getting better paid, if your standard of living is increased, if your way of life has changed in a good way, and if you're getting paid for it, why not? I mean, and my last reason is to start fresh. I don't know how many people would relate to this. I mean, it's something different. When I told this same when I was discussing this with my friend, she was like, why do you want to start fresh? I mean, you have built a career back over here, and you have put yourself through a lot of things to be where you are today. So why do you want to start fresh? And my answer was, and like I said, I don't know if people would relate to this or no, but my answer was, in that 10 years, I have done a lot of mistake when it came to people, when it have come to myself, when it's come to my career. I have made a lot of mistakes, okay? And I do not regret any of those mistakes because I've learned from them, and obviously you only learn from your own mistakes. You learn more from your own mistakes. So I have learned a lot from those mistakes, and I don't want to repeat them. So probably if I start fresh in another country or another state, for some people, when you start fresh, you know what you have done previously. You should avoid those things, and that will help you. If you could relate to it, or if you think someone else can relate to it, you can share it with them. Also, like and subscribe to my channel. I don't know if I'm going in a correct way, or is the path correct, but I would appreciate if you can, drop a comment, or in a way tell me that I'm on my correct path of sharing this journey with you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.